bigger YouTube channels like Gifted who are using what they have, an audience that they have, to help smaller channels that are trying to do the same thing. Everybody on YouTube wants recognition on their videos, but as we all know by now, how saturated YouTube is with Call of Duty commentators and all that stuff, it's really tough to get your name out there. So the help that these guys can give is really important and really helps out smaller channels. So I have to thank Gifted before I can really say anything in this commentary. And after that long intro, I'd like to talk about the gameplay just a little, not too long at all. It is a 122-0, and right off the bat, if you see that big flawless title, a lot of times I assume that the guy goes like a huge gameplay, 135-0 or something, but it's not too entertaining when I'm watching it. The guy's in his Reaper, then his AC-130, then the Osprey Gunner for the entire game. It just sped up. You're watching the guy in the kill streak. Most of the time, probably 90% of the time, the guy's looking down the spawn at interchange. He gets his kill streaks, and that's it. He'll finish 140-0. It's an awesome scoreline. There's no doubt about that. But I don't feel too entertained watching it. You know, the guy got his Reaper looking down the spawns at interchange, and that's all it took pretty much. He just kept getting his streaks in. If you want to compare that to this gameplay, that's fine. I used the Reaper and the Osprey Gunner, but in my opinion, I felt like this game here on Resistance was a little more entertaining, a little more gun-on-gun action. I mean, there's not a ton I could do if I am using these big kill streaks like the Reaper and the Osprey Gunner, but I felt like for when I'm not in these kill streaks, I'm rushing around, I'm behind enemy lines, and I finished a pretty solid 122-0. So I felt like it was pretty decent gameplay, a little better than the ones I mentioned just a little while ago. And another quick fact, I know we all like this aspect of it, completely solo. Yep, solo. That's every game on YouTube is about that. No, I'm just joking. But the thing that I kind of like about solo gameplays over support, although I'm still impressed by the gameplays that are insane, even with support, but something that I like a little about it while you're all by yourself is you just have to deal with the unpredictability of the random teammates that you have. You're pretty much at their mercy of whatever they want to do. They can go and cap all 3 flags if they want, and you guys can win 200-30. They can call in all the kill streaks they want too. Like for me, a little in this gameplay, I actually had an extra Osprey Gunner in if I could have used it, but there was an attack helicopter in the air for the end of the game. I'm not going to complain about it, but it could have been a better scoreline, and with something like a full party, there's no type of problem like that. I can always hold down spawns, telling people what to do. Nobody's obviously going to be using assault. If you're doing that, you're going to get kicked from the party immediately. And we all know how that thing works. So that's just something I like about these solo gameplays. It's not just the fact that he's not picking up ballistic vest the entire game or something like that. It's more about just maintaining the spawns. Everyone in a full party is working toward the common goal of that big YouTuber getting a really awesome gameplay. So that's just something that I found a little more entertaining about it, and I'd rather be proud or happy, to feature a solo gameplay, and I'm not going to call myself a channel that has 100% solo. I have a pretty decent mixture, I'll say, so that's pretty much it for the gameplay. I ran on a little too long there. But when I see people posting on another person's channel, a lot of the times it's self-advertisement. That's technically what a shout-out should be, and I feel like I don't want to be like everyone else. All the time I see, hey guys, it's blah 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 here, and I post Call of Duty Moabs and try to give you tips on how to get better. You know, that's how I see every type of shout-out going on. And the guy is like, I post some pretty solid double Moabs, 100 pluses, maybe a triple Moab in there, solo, support gameplays, all that good stuff. And that's pretty much what he rambles on about. But the thing that I disagree with about that is dealing with how old Modern Warfare 3 is. This game's 11 months old now. I think less than a month until Black Ops 2. Counting down the days. So what I don't agree with is the guy bragging about gameplays when everything's already been done. You know, the entertainment value on YouTube in the COD area, you know, YouTube is all about entertainment. But if you're talking about Call of Duty, the entertainment value is probably 75% of the time about the gameplay. So a lot of the best players on YouTube get the best gameplays have the best channels, which is how it should be. And I don't disagree with that at all. But if you're trying to brag about gameplays that you have